In 2014, a quiet janitor passed away and left behind a stunning secret. A fortune of over $8 million. He had never earned a big salary in his entire life. That very same decade, a Wall Street executive who made millions of dollars went completely bankrupt. How is that even possible? Because doing well with money has almost nothing to do with how much you earn, or how smart you are. It all comes down to how you behave. And behavior is the one thing they never teach you in any classroom. Chapter 1. It's not about the numbers. You can be a financial genius on paper and still lose everything if you can't control your own emotions. And you can know almost nothing about spreadsheets and still build real wealth through patience and discipline. In fact, the average investor underperforms the very funds they own by around 3% every year. Not because they're stupid, but because they panic, they chase, and they cannot sit still. Money isn't a math problem. It's a behavior problem wearing a math costume. Chapter 2. Wealth is what you don't see. When you see someone driving a $100,000 car, you don't actually see wealth. You see money that is now gone. Real wealth is the car that wasn't bought. The money that was kept. True wealth is invisible. It's the options, the freedom, and the quiet security sitting where nobody can admire them. Chapter 3. The problem of enough. The single hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving. There will always be someone richer, and always a nicer thing to want. But there's no reason to risk what you have and need, for what you don't have and don't need. Knowing when you have enough is a quiet superpower. Chapter 4. Luck and risk. Nothing is ever quite as good or as bad as it seems. Luck and risk are twins. So stay humble when you win, and be gentle with yourself when you lose. Chapter 5. The real magic is time. Here's the secret almost everyone misses. The most powerful force in all of finance isn't some clever, genius return. It's simply time. Watch what a single $1,000 becomes at a steady 10%. For decades, it barely crawls. And then, in the final stretch, it erupts. That $1,000 turns into more than $100,000, just by being left completely alone. Chapter 6. Save like a pessimist, invest like an optimist. Your savings rate matters more than your income, and more than your returns. Because savings is simply the gap between your ego and your income. So live below your means. Save without needing a reason. Avoid the kind of risk that knocks you out of the game for good. And stop measuring your life against someone else's highlight reel. Chapter 7. The best dividend money pays. Because in the end, the highest form of wealth isn't a mansion or a yacht. It's waking up and being able to say, I can do whatever I want today. Money's greatest power is control over your own time. So build savings that buy you options. Invest, and then leave it alone. Decide what enough looks like for you. And spend your money buying back your freedom. Get the behavior right, and the math takes care of itself. If this shifted the way you think about money, subscribe. Because the most important part of wealth was never once taught in school. I'll see you in the next one.